You know what's crazy? We were taught to love others, but no one taught us how to love ourselves. We know to show up for others, forgive others, support others, and even understand others. But when it comes to us, we criticize, we doubt, we abandon, and we even shrink. And then we wonder why. Why we feel exhausted, why we feel anxious, why we feel empty, and constantly seeking for validation. Today we're talking about self-love, not the Instagram bubble bath type of self-love, but the real, uncomfortable, and life-changing. Because self-love is not selfish. It's survival, it's power, it's everything. And if you truly master it, well then, everything changes. Hey dear me's, welcome back to my channel. My name is Richa. When I initially started this channel, again, I had the intention of motivating people, empower people, talk about my personal experiences, which led to the person that I am today. I've had 10 years, and I mean 10 bad years, where I learned a lot about myself and others, and basically I did research on the psychology behind everything. I was just like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I doing this? And I did a lot of research and a lot of psychology, reading books and things like that. That's why this channel is called Dear Me. This is a community of where people might have gone through the same thing as me, who really needed that person to share things that would resonate with them and be able to see the light on the other side of the tunnel. So if you're in your era where you want to grow, you want to have self-love in your life, and you need motivation, then you come to the right place. In today's video, we're talking about self-love, the psychology behind it, my personal experience, how self-love really changed my life, why self-love might be a little hard, and practical steps to use to build self-love. So let's just jump right into it. What actually is self-love? Let's clear something up. Self-love is not being obsessed with yourself, thinking that you're better than other people, or posting affirmations that you don't even believe. Self-love is choosing yourself when it's uncomfortable. It's setting boundaries. It's saying no. It's walking away. It's resting. It's forgiving yourself. And it's not about abandoning yourself for someone else to feel comfortable. Self-love is self-respect in action. And most of us struggle with it because somewhere growing up, we were told, I am lovable only when I perform. When I'm pretty, I'm enough. When I'm successful, I'm enough. When I make everybody proud, I'm enough. That is conditional worth. And conditional worth destroys your peace. The psychology behind why self-love matters. Let's talk brain chemistry for a second. When you constantly criticize yourself, your brain activates stress response, especially amygdala, this part that's responsible for fear and threat detection. Your brain literally treats self-criticism as danger. That increases cortisols, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Now here's the flip side. When you practice self-comparison, your brain activates areas associated with safety and emotional regulations. Research by Dr. Kristen Neff shows that if people treat themselves kindly, they experience less anxiety, have great resilience, recover from failure faster, and even have healthier relationships. Self-love is not just emotional, it's neurological. When you choose yourself, your nervous system feels safe. And when your nervous system feels safe, you make better decisions, you attract healthier people, you stop tolerating disrespect. There was a time in my life where I thought love means fixing myself. Fix my body, fix my personality, fix my career, and fix how people see me. I thought if I just improved just enough, I'd finally feel worthy. But here's what I realized. You can't hate yourself becoming someone you love. Self-love started for me the moment I stopped saying to myself, what's wrong with me? And I started saying, what do I need? That shift changed everything. Because when you start saying, what's wrong with me? You attack. But when you say, what do I need? You care. And care builds confidence, and attack builds insecurities. How self-love changes your life. One, it changes who you tolerate. When you start loving yourself, you stop negotiating your standards. You don't beg, you don't over-explain, and you don't shrink to be chosen. Because you already chose yourself, and people can feel that energy. Number two, it changes your career. Self-love makes you take risks. Why? Because you're no longer terrified of failure defining your worth. When your worth is not attached to performance, you move boldly. You apply, you start, you speak up, you create. Number three, it changes your mental health. When you love yourself, you rest without guilt, you don't punish yourself for mistakes, and you don't spiral over small failures. Your inner voice becomes supportive instead of abusive. And imagine living with a supportive voice instead of a bully. That's great. That alone changes your life. Why self-love is so hard? Let's be honest. Self-love can be hard because it requires your responsibility. It's easier to blame your parents, the society, your exes, even your culture. And yes, those things shape us. But healing is your responsibility. Self-love requires you to set boundaries, even if people get upset. Saying no, even if you feel guilty. Walking away, even if you feel scared. Be alone rather than being disrespected. And that takes courage. But here's the truth. The discomfort of growth being temporary, the pain of self-abandonment is permanent. Now let's talk about the practical steps you can apply to build self-love. Let's make this actionable. Number one, watch your inner dialogue. For 1 week, notice how you speak to yourself. Would you say that to your best friend? If not, stop. Replace criticism with correction. Instead of saying, I'm stupid, say, that wasn't my best moment, I'll do better. Number two, keep small promises to yourself. Self-love is built on trust. If you say you're gonna wake up at 7 o'clock, wake up. If you say you're gonna go to the gym, go. If you're gonna say you're gonna rest, rest. Every time you keep promises to yourself, you build self-respect. Number three, protect your energy. This is so important. Not everyone deserves access to you. If someone constantly drains you, disrespects you, or is not validating you, then distance is self-love. I just want you to know you're not hard to love. You were taught to prioritize everyone else before yourself. Self-love is not loud. It's quiet discipline. It's boundaries. It's self-trust. And it's walking away in silence. And when you master it, you don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you chose. You don't shrink, you expand. If this video spoke to you, comment. I chose myself. Because today is the day when you stop abandoning yourself. Like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs to hear this. And remember, the relationship that you have with yourself sets for all the other relationships in your life. Choose wisely, choose yourself. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.